What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Driver Talk number 2. Today we're talking about the National Association for Stock Car Virtual Racing. We got some cool people up in the booth tonight, as I call it a booth like a freaking broadcaster tonight. Bringing back Mr. Gary Wise. Gary, what's up? Gary Wise.
Gary Wise?
Gary
Gary
Wells.
Wise? Oh boy.
On that note, having another shot.
Hey guys, how's it going?
We talked to Gary last night with Joe Hutchings with Hutchsport Racing in their 24-hour of Daytona win, their dual 24-hour Daytona win. And along with that, we're going to bring in our next two people. And the reason why I brought up the 24 hours of Daytona is because they podiumed like effing champs. It is Mr. and Mrs. Scott and Lauren Wise. What's going on, Scott? How are you? And Lauren? How you trying?
Good.
How the hell are you keeping him like not crazy?
I mean, nobody said he wasn't crazy.
Well, I didn't want to say psychotic because there's a lot of people on Facebook and that might watch this. So
You're crazy, just not about that.
Crazy is a prerequisite of the family.
So,
that's very
before we get into some of the really big news tonight, let's talk about that third place finish at the Daytona 24 this past weekend. Scott, you were running the car. At any point in that race, were you like, all right, we got this. It's in the bag. You came home with a podium, so you definitely finished well. Talk us how it felt to be in that car for a long period of time.
For me, I didn't really want to get out of the car because every time I got in it, time I got to my second tire run, I just got into my rhythm and was cruising.
Apparently, there's a long-standing joke about you not wanting to get out of a car when you're told to. So,
could say that.
but congratulations on that third place finish. Hopefully, you guys come back for a Sebring, the Glen, Road Atlanta, and all that other stuff because you guys put on one hell of a show, it sounded like. Unfortunately, I was too busy working on the 57 car. But Lauren, you were crew chief in that. Was it hectic? Was it crazy? How hard was it to keep all of those drivers and all those personalities under a blanket like that and keep them cool?
So we definitely had some personalities in the car. Scott surprised me a little bit and was probably the most level-headed out of the four guys driving that day. We took some major damage when one of our drivers, Jeff Figlin, got into the wall. The car just did not turn. We thought our day was going to be over. Pulled him to the side, kind of talked him off the ledge a little bit, and got him back in the car after the damage was fixed. And lo and behold, that car drove almost better than it did before he wrecked it.
Jesus. Well, I guess if you beat something hard enough, it'll finally work. I remember watching a couple TV sets get whacked pretty hard growing up, and poof, the screen actually turned on. So maybe it was the same concept there. But let's get down into the meat and potatoes of why we're here tonight. We're going to call it a little bit of like a recruitment podcast or a, I don't know. Let's see how far
Hype show, can we call it that?
We could call it a hype show because last night it was the gloat show. We'll call it a hype show because there's a lot of stuff going on and it has a lot to do with that NASCVR because there's a full empty bottle. A full empty bottle. We're having fun here tonight.
A full empty bottle.
This is my third podcast.
They had the full empty bottle.
This is my third podcast of the evening, and we're having fun with it. But let's get right into it, because stuff is coming up really soon. And Gary, why don't we let you get into it? I see the bullet points, and I know you're going to read it better than I can right now.
Yeah, so we got a lot going on. So just a couple of things. We do have season 2 coming up. However, that's not coming up until September. So a couple of things looking far out in the distance. We are bringing back the next gen car for season 2 that was confirmed tonight. We do have a schedule. It includes some classic tracks, some tracks we haven't been to, some custom tracks, It's a very diverse schedule. Um, Pretty much everywhere is basically even. I think we go to like 10 intermediates or 11 intermediates, 10 short tracks, like 4 super speedways and 4 road courses. So you really can't beat the schedule. It is very well diverse, and that does add up to 30 weeks. So we'll be moving from, I think it was like 15 or 18, whatever it was supposed to be for season 1, that unfortunately we never got to finish, to 30. It's a gamble that we're willing to take. We're looking forward to that. It will still be open sets on Tuesday nights, and we'll have, of course, All Star 15 TV broadcasting those races, hopefully. And for Daytona this year, we have decided to hype it up a little bit. Instead of calling it the Daytona 250 like we did last year, we're actually upping the distance, but not by much. It's going to be 500 kilometers, which I think is like 124 laps.
All right, cool. So outside of the Daytona 500K, can we get a little bit of a sneak peek with some of the tracks, some of the new tracks we might see on this schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull those up here real quick.
Because for everybody watching, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, kind of give them a little, breadcrumb of what they could see with this league. And, while you're doing that, there's a bunch of links down in the description of this video. Go check it out. Go join their Discord. Go join their Facebook pages. They even have a freaking website. Don't go on the website on your phone, though, so don't make the mistake I did. It was like, I can't maneuver a damn thing in here.
Yeah, it was definitely built for just the PC, and that is under construction. But it's just a base set for what we have for now. But yeah, give us a like on Facebook, join our fan page, join our Discord if you're looking to start driving for us here in the upcoming few weeks. We'll talk about that Truck Series season in a moment, though. But just kind of a snippet of the schedule for next season. We've got places like Rockingham on the schedule. We're going to Nashville Super Speedway instead of the fairgrounds this season. We're going to Twin Ring Motegi. We're going to North Wilkesboro. We're going to Legacy Atlanta to wrap up the season, and New Atlanta in the same year.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to Texas. Still, I think we have on the schedule officially is Legacy, Texas, I think, from what we have. So we're pretty much all over the place, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun and definitely going to be a challenging schedule for our drivers, and I think everybody's looking forward to that.
Well, I trust you guys to make a balanced schedule for everybody to possibly enjoy.
Oh, and one more thing, I forgot. We're going to iRacing Super Speedway as well.
You did say that.
Oh,
no,
you
didn't.
Say that. No, I didn't.
You said Nashville Super Speedway.
Nashville, yeah. So we are going to iRacing Super Speedway as well. The 3-mile long, high banked super speedway.
That's like
racing
30
at like
car
260 miles an hour and 7 wide racing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be scary. That's going to be very scary. But you mentioned the Truck Series. Before we want to get to the Truck Series, Lauren, we were talking earlier before we hit that live button about the past season and the past seasons. Explain what the National Association for Stock Car Virtual Racing is. We're going to start with you, and if Scott has anything to chime in afterwards, we'll get it from him as well.
Yeah, so it started out, Scott and I started a league back in 2020 during all of the COVID hoopla, and everybody needed something to do. Everybody needed some fun to have. We ran 4 seasons total. About the end of the conclusion of season 4, we had to take a step back between personal reasons and some scheduling stuff that was coming up with our kiddos. We took a step back. He continued to race, with some friends, Joe and Gary and some of those guys. And it ended up that we decided to kind of join forces with Gary, and we decided to do a truck series and a cup series. And now you have the new league, and I'm going to mess it up just like AJ keeps doing, the National Association for Stock Car Virtual Racing. So we are going to
I
You
say,
getting
I say, I say,
into-
I say, I say, I say, I say, boy, I
Call
will
it
get it one of these
NASCAR,
days.
NASCAR. I mean, what do we?
one of those.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to sound. I was like, if there was another vowel in there, it'd make it so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I work with the acronym I can work with, considering it's supposed to be the virtual version of the real life NASCAR.
Well, it works. It works. I just, my
Can't
brain
say it.
just went dump. But
It's quite a bit
you know,
on Wednesdays. Anyway.
I had yes, always. Actually, screw Wednesdays. It's literally like an everyday occurrence with me nowadays. But I had a lot of fun broadcasting on Tuesday nights. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Noah Wilson and Devin Mosley back in the broadcast booth when it returns. So you'll still have your personalities on that Tuesday night for the races, having fun, bullshitting, all the wonderful stuff, trying to keep it fun and everything while everybody's driving their virtual cars around racetracks that you see in real life. So, with that being said, Gary, let's hear about that truck series.
Yeah, so the Truck Series season, we are actually starting recruitment this Friday, the 27th. So, as you guys are listening to this broadcast or maybe thinking about joining a fixed setup Truck Series league on Friday nights, go ahead and hit that Discord link there and feel free to wander over to our Discord here where we have the number list Friday. We're going to have that. Register for your number and everything. We'll get your number assigned. And also feel free to read the most updated rulebook that we have.
I'm going to sneak in here because Gary didn't know, but Friday night's first recruitment race will be at Rockingham.
Done.
There we
done,
go.
Done.
Perfect. So it'll be at the 1 Mile Rockingham Speedway on Friday night. Lobby's open at 8, right? Right?
Correct.
Am I right? Correct. 8 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know how long the race is going to be, but just come in, have a good time, run clean with us, and you'll be in for sure. The schedule, so we'll be running those races every Tuesday and Friday until the start of the season on February 24th. Forgive me, it's late. And
Yep.
the lobby will also be opening up every week for all of our recruitment races and for the season when it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. And of course, the season's going to begin with Daytona. However, disclaimer, this season in particular will not be broadcasted. It's just to build a little bit of interest back up into this league, into the owner, to get people to feel out for this as we begin the big season in the fall. We're going to have like 20 or 25 races for trucks on Friday nights, and then the 30 Cup race season on Tuesday nights. So just kind of get a feeler out for, if people are interested in other things as we move forward. And we're also going to have a little 5 to 6 race shootout somewhere around in there in the spring and summertime on Tuesday nights. So you'll want to stay tuned for that as more details become available. But recruitment every Tuesday and Friday. Come hang out, come race, and see what we're all about, and get yourself a spot and reserve your number and all that fun stuff.
Correct.
And it's a free entry, I believe, right? Free entry?
Yes, we're going to be doing a free entry for this short season starting in February. Some fun tracks to include that are noteworthy. We're going to be at IRP, Gateway, Nashville, the Glen. We like to do some of those weird ones, let you guys feel it out since we do a little bit of everything in our big season that will start in September.
So, are you guys as a collective admin group? Because I'm guessing Gary is staying as an admin of this league.
He is.
Are you guys using this truck series as a way to refine rules and race procedure for the Cup Series come September?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and it's going to be the rule book for both the Truck Series and the Cup Series come September. So that way there's no description of rules between Tuesday and Friday nights. And the goal is, as we're human, so we're going to make mistakes sometimes, but the goal is to make sure that whatever we call on Friday is the same consistency that we have on Tuesday nights. So it's going to be live race control as well. I'm going to be doing race control for Friday nights. And I believe Lauren may or may not have agreed to. I don't know. I could be putting words in her mouth here by saying this, but she has agreed to do Tuesday nights very graciously again.
I have.
Okay, perfect.
Call me a sucker.
I heard this. I heard the sigh in her voice.
Right.
Actually, I really actually enjoy it, to be honest. As much grief as I give the boys, I really do enjoy it. For the most part, I've always had a lot of respect from the drivers, and I appreciate that, especially those that have been around, hanging out with us and have been part of the crew since day one. Um, we like to try to put on a good show, so following the rules and making race control's job easier makes the broadcast that much better.
Yes.
Oh, and also, Lauren is going to be racing in the truck series.
Look out.
So there you go.
Shots fired.
If you wanna try and spin around on the racetrack, go for it. You'll get parked. No, I'm just kidding.
First opportunity to do that will be this Friday night at Rockingham. FYI, I don't race short tracks, so this should be a lot of fun.
So we
I
got.
won't be the first one on probation.
I've never heard Scott
Probably
so
accurate.
excited. I've never heard him so excited about that.
More excited about not being on probation, or the first one on probation for that matter.
I mean, there's still a good chance he might get parked, but hey.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, that'll probably be at Martinsville.
Yeah.
So-
then he won't park.
Or,
and then
no,
I'll boot him.
no, won't be at Martinsville. It'll be at Gateway because we've run 3 races in leagues at Gateway. I've been parked in all 3 of them.
So for your truck series or cup series, you mentioned the shootout. Are you guys also doing anything for possibly like a dash for cash or other special events throughout the calendar season?
Lauren, go ahead and answer that one about the special events. We have a couple of them.
So we have a couple of them. Scott and I started these several years ago. They're a lot of fun. We always do a 4th of July event that is always held.
The Friday of Independence Day weekend.
And then we do another one on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. That one is a little bit bigger and a little bit more near and dear to our hearts. The last several years, we've been able to give out either a 1 or 2 year subscription to iRacing while it is on discounted rate. So for those of you that buy that yearly, that subscription is about $149 regularly per year if you don't get it on special. If you do it during Black Friday, you can get the 2-year subscription for the same price you pay for the 1 year during the regular season. So it's a lot of fun to be able to give some of our friends and some of our fellow racers the opportunity to earn that for free. Good buddy and guy that's been racing with us for years, Jason Branch, has won it twice now, I think.
He won the inaugural run in the ARCA car at North Wilkesboro.
And then 2021 was at Atlanta. I can't remember who won that one.
I can look that up.
And then 2022 was somebody. I can't remember who won that either.
We like to keep track because we like to see, who's coming back, who's enjoying themselves. And we always do a different track. We like to change up the cars as well, make it a little bit of fun. Sometimes like these ARCA cars, that was actually a whole lot of fun. And some of these guys, that's the only opportunity they'll ever have to run that car because they just don't run it normally.
Yeah, and of course, with the firecracker race, that is traditionally held at Daytona, and so we usually keep it there. The car
100%, it will always be at Daytona.
Yeah, and
I
of course
remember
the
that
car
race.
changes year over year, but it's still a fun way to get people involved and get people to show up and have some fun.
And even on the off season, we like to off season / off weeks. Our drivers in the league will find that we will randomly just throw fun runs out there. What's cool about that is I like to throw a little bit of money at the winner just because I can if we decide on a fun run at the last second on an off week.
Yeah, and those are usually a good time, and it just helps build camaraderie within the league and gets everybody to come out and have a good time. So, and that's the goal of the league from the beginning. Is we don't like a whole lot of drama. We want something that's pretty low maintenance. And we just want people to come out here and have fun and just run some races with us, run some laps, and maybe make some friends, or I mean, sometimes you make enemies along the way.
Yeah, I'm excited for what you guys do in the truck series. I know it's not broadcasted, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear pretty much anything about it.
I
Being
mean, you're
in,
welcome into racing to it. Yeah, I mean, it's open.
I'm aware, but Friday's my night to sleep.
You want to have a life. I get it. You want to sleep. I
What's
understand.
sleep?
Yeah, what is that?
Something I did not get at the Daytona 24.
No joke.
I'm still rearranging my sleep schedule from that.
Yeah, I think we all are.
I got yelled at the minute I shut my computer off. The minute I shut my computer off at 2 a.m., my wife was looking at me like she was gonna
Kill you?
Lorena Bobbitt me. Is that the right?
Oh.
No.
Oh,
No, she wasn't gonna do that. Maybe more of, give me enough melatonin to knock me out for the next day.
yeah. Something.
Yeah,
like
I definitely had a crabby husband the next day.
Wait, just the next day?
Yeah.
Oh,
that. Yeah.
wow. Good. Attaboy Scott, getting out of your funk here.
Yeah, 6 hours of chopped up sleep was not good for my moods on Sunday.
Yeah, that was
Although
crazy.
the 49ers winning helped it.
I'm a
Yeah.
fan of anybody who beats the Dallas Cowboys.
And the New England Patriots. Oh,
Oh,
and
it's
you'd
just a-
appreciate my
it's a-
Facebook today.
Let's not talk about the Patriots. I'm still rather depressed. But guys, I'm really excited to hear and see what goes on with the league. Everybody who's watching either on Facebook or YouTube, stuff is down in the description. Go check out those links. Go join the Discord if you want more information. But other than that, everybody, Scott, Lauren, Gary, you got anything else you guys want to plug before we close her up shop?
come on, Scott. You've been the talkative one.
Well, I do kind of have one more one more Discord invite I can give you, and that would be our NASCVR fan page that we have on Discord, where all of our fans can come and hang out with our drivers, our owners, ask questions, and just kind of get involved with the people that operate the league.
Man, that would have been great to have before we went live tonight.
Well, it's going to be in the comments, and
Well,
it's still under a work in progress, but we're getting there. So it should evolve over time.
this also won't be the last time you're going to hear from either Gary, Scott, or Lauren, because throughout the year, hopefully, we can come together and talk about updates with how the league is going, how it's progressing, how we can get another hype train going.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll probably be doing one later on in the spring or in the summer months, just to get a little bit of people interested and joining us for sure.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
gotta make a couple messages for people. I need a couple drivers that I'm associated with on this channel soon.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Brayton, Laster.
Oh, I think you're choking.
Oh God, he doesn't know it, but he's gonna be on here soon.
He doesn't
Darn the
know.
luck.
And there is that Discord link.
He doesn't know it yet.
So yeah, there you go. I mean, do you guys have anything else? I've pretty much covered everything. That
No,
wanted
I
to
think
cover
we're
tonight.
good, and we look forward to touching base again with you, AJ, and hopefully we'll see some of you listening at our first race this Friday for the recruitment season.
All right, everybody. For Gary, Lauren, and Scott, I'm AJ Capola for All Star 15 TV. We'll see you on the next Driver Talk, and if that doesn't happen before our next, I don't know, live stream or iRacing race, we'll get there when we get there. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.
Later.